Watch us live stream at twitch.tv/Inez27. Live stream times are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Time. Follow us on Twitter at SeemsGoodMagic. And please support my eBay store by going to SeemsGoodMagic.com, clicking on the icon, and purchasing some playsets and singles. Thanks, and enjoy the video. Hey, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here for another 8-4 full Return to Ravnica block draft. Decent pack here. Our rare is Notion Thief. Let me pull up the card thing. Our rare is Notion Thief. Not going to be first picking him, although he is a playable card. Stops draw card effects, which is cool. I think the Jellin Sphinx is probably the strongest card in here. It's a really cool card too. Flying Vigilance makes your other attackers stronger. You can't ask for a lot more than that. There's also Zerta Druid and Crawl Warrior and Tide Drinker in here, all of which are very playable cards. I think the real choice, the picks, is between Jellin Sphinx, Zerta Druid, and Tide Drinker. But Jellin Sphinx is an uncommon. And it's a flyer and a cool card in general, so I think I'm okay with first picking that. It's also a good blocker early, good attacker later. Zerta Druid is quickly one of my favorite cards from this full block just because of the fact that it deals damage and ramps you. You can't really ask for a lot more than that. But Jellin Sphinx is a really good 5-drop, and I'd like a chance to play it. So, follow-up pick. Well, we have Blast of Genius, one of my favorite cards. Also from this set, Far and Away, which is very strong. Carnage Gladiator's cool. Vyashno First Blade's cool. So really, it's for me. I think it's just Blast of Genius or Far and Away. There's also Pilfered Plans, which is a good card, but I'd rather have Blast or Far and Away. I'm a sucker for this Blast of Genius. I'll tell you, really, really strong uncommon. Get to draw cards, you get to kill their guys or them. You really can't ask for a lot more in a card. Far and Away, I think the reason that I could pick it here is it doesn't necessarily put me into black. I could still play Jellin Sphinx and just not play Away, just have like a bounce effect, which is still good. So for that reason, I think I'm going to take the Far and Away. It also, just bounce effects in general in this block, I will say are very, very strong because you've got, the reason that it's so strong is you've got all those really insane auras in this full block. You've got like the Gift of Ordzova, Unflinching Courage, Madcap skills. You've got all the Cypher effects and Dimir. Bouncing is just, you really want to have access to that. I could take the Breaking and Entering here. Set myself up for like a Dimir mill deck. You know, I'm not opposed to that. I haven't done it yet. I don't like forcing it, but we're really not passing anything insane in here. Runner's Bane is certainly playable and fine, and Maze Glider is also pretty good. But breaking might just be the choice. Maybe we just want to try mill. I mean, if you're going to go mill, breaking and entering is definitely the way to go. I think I'll pick it up. If I end up seeing some more mill cards, I'd be happy that I got it. So there's definitely enough upside to playing, breaking, and entering if you get it. What the hell? Boros Battle Shaper. Well, that's really strange, actually, that Boros Battle Shaper is going that late, because Boros Battle Shaper is a very, very good spell. This is a 7-mana 5/5 that lets you basically choose how combat goes down. I don't get it. Why would that go 4th pick? I'm not sure I understand. There's not really ton else on color with us. I guess Flux Charger's pretty cool. I'm kind of tempted to just take the Battle Shaper. It's a rare. It's really strong. I know we're not like on color with it much at all right now, but that's just really strange to me. I mean, we could end up doing like Boros and Azorius because we could still make the Far and Away or the Far work. So I think I'm going to take the Boros Battle Shaper. I don't really understand once again why it's that late. That's very strange. Okay, follow-up pick. We have Deputy of Acquittals, which is cool. We have Opal Lake Gatekeeper, Runner's Bane, Sunspire Gatekeepers, Crisis Incubation, but I think we're in enough we're dipping into enough colors right now where I don't need the incubation. I'm not opposed to Deputy. I actually like this card quite a bit. It's anti-removal. I could see it working really well in deck with good comes into play effects or a deck with a lot of Sage's Road Denizens. But let's take Deputy. I'm fine with that. Okay, next we have, what's good here? We have, is it Cluestone, which looks like it's totally playable in here. Makes me wish we'd taken the Blasted Genius, but it's okay. Could also take Boros Cluestone as well. I think we'd probably prefer the Is It Cluestone though. Rakdos Drake is pretty good. I like it alongside Jelen Sphinx. It's a pretty decent flyer, pretty well costed. But then we're kind of getting out of Boros Battle Shaper territory. I think we're just going to take a Cluestone here. I'm going to take the Is It one. Could have also taken the Weapon Surge, but let's just get a little fixing if we're going to be playing both these cards. Rubble Belt Maca is very good. I'm cool with taking that over the Smelt Ward just because we don't have any sort of Guild Gate at the moment. Yeah, I'm fine with Rubble Belt Maca. It's a good card. And next we have Runner's Bane as well as Sunspire Gatekeeper. Let's take the Runner's Bane. It's pretty playable. And we look like we need some cheap removal. I think Restore the Peace is actually playable. It's not great, but I think it's actually playable. If you get enough high toughness guys too, I could see it being really good. I guess you'd have to bounce your creatures too, but I don't know. I don't think the card's great, but I think it is absolutely playable. I'm not really digging Leave Degree that much, but could take it here. Can also take Orzhov Cluestone, which is ramp and would let me play the Away on Far and Away. That doesn't seem terrible. I may still end up Esper, so maybe we'll just take that in case. Well, then I guess we could take the Rakdos Cluestone. We can also take the Gatekeeper and hope that we see some gates. Yeah, let's do that. That seems a little more realistic. We might need some more creatures too. Weapon Surge versus a second Leave Decree. Oh wait, I didn't grab the first. We don't look like a Leave Decree deck. This is definitely better in an aggressive strategy. Let's take the Weapon Surge. Okay, I can take a Wake just in case. Second to last pick Maze Abomination is actually blowing my mind. That doesn't make sense to me. So probably Esper. We do have a few red cards that I would like to play, but we may just splash the Boros Battle Shaper, in which case we're going 4-color early. Might be a little bit dangerous, but we'll see. I mean, a second to last pick Maze Abomination is pretty ridiculous. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Okay, here we've got Call the Nightwing, which I do like a lot. We also have, it's going to be insane with Jelen Sphinx too. Yeah, I probably just wanted to Call the Nightwing. Hedge a little bit towards Dimir or Esper more. Maybe get out of red a little bit. We can also take Basoka Screecher, which is an insane card, but I think I'd rather have the Call the Nightwing. It's more interesting. And especially if we pick up some more cheap flyers out of the Azorius pack. Maybe we just sort of go for that plan for now. Esper, Skies. Call the Nightwing is also insane alongside Maze Abomination. Pit Fight I'd like to have. Aerial Maneuver and Basoka Screecher are both good. But yeah, let's just take the Call the Nightwing. It's a really strong card. Ooh, alright. Here we have Daring Skyjack, Frilled Oculus, Mugging, Death's Approach, Keymaster Rogue, Gutter Skulk. We're just going to take the Skyjack. We're definitely wanting to play white, so Skyjack feels right to me. A lot of sick uncommons in here for Gruul. but we have yet to take a green card, and I think I'm going to follow that trend. Okay, Denrova Horror is actually pretty good. I like that as a 6-drop. It's a pretty powerful card. It also gets Death Touch with the Maze Abomination. Executioner's Swing would be good. Get some removal. Guildgate would be good, but I think there's enough upside to Denrova Horror. Bounces stuff too. So let's go for the Esper plan. I think I'm going to try and settle on that. So we're going to be focusing on Dimir out of this pack and Azorius out of the Return to Ravnica pack. And like I said, I'm probably still willing to splash for Battle Shaper because it's that good. Alright, we're going to take the Metropolis Sprite here. I guess we could also take the Thrall Parasite, but I'd rather go for the Skies plan. I do like Extort quite a bit though, and we are playing black and white. Did I change my mind on that? I'm not exactly sure. I have to think. Another cheap flyer or Thrall Parasite to get some Extort. Maybe I changed my mind. I do like Extort quite a bit, and having at least one Extort is like I feel like it's so important if you're on color with it. Like even if you have one Syndicate Enforcer, let's just take the Parasite. I would have liked the dude, but I think this is right. Wow. Somebody in Gruul is getting hooked up. All right, I think we're going to take Devour Flesh. We need some more removal. Let me make sure that's not bad for us. Actually, we're running a Runner's Bane already, which kind of sucks alongside Devour Flesh. Admittedly, I could take the Boros Elite, which isn't great, but good if we have a lot of early beaters. We have a few cheap creatures right now. Could get more. I'd probably rather play Devour Flesh over Runner's Bane. But like I said, Boros Elite is actually good if you have enough cheap creatures. We could get some more. I think because we're 3-color, it's a little bit too awkward to be hoping to capitalize on all these cheap spells. So let's just get the removal instead. Hands of Binding looks great here. Especially if we're going to get some more flyers. Sage's Road Denizen is a good creature. It's definitely a lot better in multiples. It's cool. It's actually pretty cool with Call to Nightwing. But I don't think we're going to be able to make this breaking and entering work. I'm not thinking that's a good game plan. And let's kind of cut the red for now, because I don't think we're doing that, except the Battle Shaper. Let's cut the breaking and entering too. Hands of Binding or Sage's Road Denizen. Let's take the hands. Wow, that late of a Simic Charm. That doesn't make a ton of sense. We're going to take the Smite over the Gargoyle, get some removal. I like Smite quite a bit in a plan like this where we want to get to the late game. So it looks like we're just sort of a survival deck. Orzhov Keyrune's actually really good. Happy to take that. Aerial Maneuver is fine. Gutter Skulk's fine. Not great, but a cheap creature. Wow, Table the Executioner's Swing. I'm pretty happy about that. All right, so we're getting some good removal. That's good. Anything that works with Mortis Strider in our deck. I guess Extort works reasonably well with it. Maze Abomination actually works reasonably well with it. All right, let's take a Mortis Strider. Third to last pick, Martial Glory. You got to be kidding me. That's just insane. Second to last pick, Righteous Charge. Yeah, I love how this is like potentially playable in here. Not right now, but if we got some more creatures. So this is 24 cards. Let's probably cut the Martial Glory. Still on the hunt for some more creatures. Wow, this is a great pack. A really great pack. I like Thrillkill Assassin. I like Azorius Charm. Hallowed Fountain's totally playable in here. What else do I like? Terrace Worm's fine. Judgment's fine. Tower Drake. Dead Reveler. Dramatic Rescue. Everything in here is like pretty good. I do like the versatility of Azorius Charm. I like me a thrill kill assassin too, though. Good blocker, good attacker. Dramatic Rescue's sick. I think I'm going to take the versatility of the charm here, but like I said, we're short on creatures, which makes me kind of want to take the thrill kill. What's my removal looking like? I have Smite, Hands of Binding, Aerial Maneuver, Devour Flesh, Executioner Swing. Alright, I guess we have enough removal. Azorius Charm is one of the more phenomenal ones, but we really do need a creature here. So I think I'm going to go with the thrill kill, hopefully table the Dramatic Rescue, but I'm not getting my hopes up too much on that one. Dramatic Rescue again. There's also Judge's Familiar, another thrill kill assassin, Sunspire, Griffin. I can get behind more thrill kills. They attack well and they block well, depending on how you want to use them, which is why they're so good. Versatile. Sunspire Griffin is good, but it's a little bit too color intensive for this crazy 3-color mess we have. Dramatic Rescue I'd very much like, but I think we're probably going to have to table it. Let's just take the thrill kill again. I do like that card a lot. Okay, here, Dead Reveler, Assassin Strike, Judgment, Syncopate, all are good. Let's take the Dead Reveler. He's a pretty efficient. He's an efficient beater. Assassin Strike is good too. It's a piece of hard removal, but I still want some more creatures, and Dead Reveler is actually a really good one. Seller I like a lot. Void Wielder is insane though. Alright, we're going to take the Void Wielder because bounce effects are so good. I would like the Seller because it clumps up the board really well, but Void Wielder is just insane. I love that card. I'd like to be able to play Gutter Snipe, but that doesn't look super realistic. I think we just take the Stealer. We have enough removal and tricks to support it, in my opinion. Fencing Ace is fine too, but just not really necessary over the Stealer. I'd rather have the Stealer. Get a good creature. Alright, we can take Stealer in multiples. I can also take a Terrace Worm, which is actually fine. Just late Centaur's Heralds. Hussar Patrol is a good... Oh, well, actually we're going to take the Knightly Valor because that's just an insane card. So yeah, we're going to do that. Plenty of other good cards in there, though. Here, I think we just want the Dispel. It's totally a main deckable card. Good counterspell. Okay, Swift Justice, Seller. Feel like we have enough tricks and removal, although I do like Swift Justice quite a bit. We're just going to take the Seller because it's a good board clump. We've got a plan. We have enough playables. Don't have much fixing. That's sort of an issue. We do have the 3. We're going to probably end up playing all 3 of these. I don't think, maybe not the Izzet Cluestone. We may not do the Battle Shaper plan anymore, just because we're already color intensive and short on removal. So let's just take Dramatic Rescue pretty happily there. Crosstown Courier is just a bear. We don't really have a ton of token producers. Call, Knightly Valor, Gatekeepers, which we're not going to play. And I think that's about it. I don't think we're doing this. I don't think we're doing this. So let us take the 2-drop bear. Here I'm just going to hate a Common Bond because it's really good, and we're not going to be a Perilous Shadow deck since we have 0 gates and we're 3-color. Probably not doing Righteous Charge, probably not doing Restore the Peace. Phantom General's actually fine in this deck. As just a 4-mana 2/3 that potentially makes our Call the Nightwings and Seller and Knightly Valor better. It's not amazing in here, but it's a possibility we can do. Okay, Terrace Worm second to last is cool. You know, I might try and make Terrace Worm work with double Cluestone. I just really like the Scavenge. I feel like Scavenge is better in full block because it's harder to have a consistently good aggro deck in this format. So the fact that you can you know, actually get to 7 mana and then make one of your other guys huge after it dies. I feel like it's just really good. For now, let's cut the Runner's Bane for the Devour Flesh. Let's pass on the Dispel main deck for now. This is 23. Well, we need to play the Keyrune and Cluestone, and we want this far and away. Okay, so we have 26 cards, and actually they all look pretty good. Why don't we cut probably Phantom General's unnecessary. Separate our spells out so we can take a better look at them. Whoopsie. A little bit color intensive deck, but I like the way that our removal looks. And we actually have 15 creatures. I like to call the Nightwing because it's a creature on its own, so it should be acceptable. So I want to make 2 more cuts. I like all of our tricks and removal. How good is Deputy in here? We can possibly cut back on our blue early a little bit if we cut Deputy and Stealer, but then we're pretty short on creatures. Knightly Valor's kind of a creature too, I guess. Interesting. Is Deputy very good in this deck? I like that it bounces Cellar. I like that it bounces Denrova Horror. We do have actual Enter the Battlefield effects and Void Wielder. Yeah, I think we want the Deputy. We've got enough. It also kind of works with Extort. Makes sense. I don't really want to cut creatures, but I may have to cut 1 creature, 1 spell. I do still kind of like Smite in here. We look like a deck that's going to get really rewarded if we can make it to the late game. And like I said, I still really kind of want to make Terrace Worm work in here just because we have little flyers that I'd like to just turn into huge flyers with this or this. 2 more cuts. All of these cards are good. I think we can cut Aerial Maneuver for now just because I like the other removal that we have better. Then maybe I just have a lot of bounce effects, which is good. Really makes me want to stick with the Stealer of Secrets plan. What is my last cut? Maybe a Gutter Skulk? Just because it's a bear. I could see that. So 15 creatures if you count the Knightly Valor and the Call of the Nightwing. I'm going to. And our removal is fine. It's a lot of cheap stuff, but it sets them back, so I dig that. All right, interesting deck. Let's see. Let's check our stats here. What kind of colors are we? Pretty even split. All right. Seem to always make even splits. So what do they suggest? 6, 5, 6. Looks like we need all of our colors early. Our creatures, though, are really the ones that are important, and that's mostly white and black, but it looks like they already have that set up correctly. So if you look at this, I think because we have the Cluestone and the Keyrune, we can afford to go one less white, 1 more blue. So this way we have 7 white, 6 blue, 8 black. Looks like we have the most black, so that might make sense. Yeah, I think this is appropriate. It's not the greatest mana base, and we didn't get to play the Battle Shaper, which because our mana base is just so rocky, I'm not feeling comfortable splashing for a 4th color, even with the Cluestone. So our mana base is a little bit awkward, but We have some powerful spells in here, and I think this deck could do fine. So I really like the Death Touchers early. If we have the black, I feel like we could definitely get rewarded for trying to get to our late game. All right. Yeah, we can try this. This looks all right. I'll see you round 1.